Here's something that surprises almost every learner I work with. Native English speakers do not usually say, I did adult things. In fact, we have a whole word for it, adulting, and using it is not about being successful at life. It's usually a small joke about barely surviving life. Today, you'll learn how to use adulting, life admin, and quarter life crisis the way real Americans do without sounding like a textbook. Hey everyone, welcome to Speak Like a Native. I'm Maya.
And I'm Leo. Let's get into it. Wait, before we start, Maya, you said adulting is not about being successful? That seems backwards. I thought adulting meant doing adult things well.
That's exactly what most learners think. But in American culture, adulting is almost never a brag. It is a self-deprecating way to say, I did the boring, responsible things, and I survived. Barely. When someone says, I adulted today, you can usually hear a tired smile in their voice.
Interesting. So if I use adulting with a very proud tone, it might sound weird?
It would be funny, actually. Not wrong, but funny. People might think you're joking. Because the cultural code is, we complain about adulting, we do not flex about it.
I love that. So it's like a social glue. You admit adult life is hard, and the other person says same.
Exactly. That is the core of today's lesson. Now, let's unpack adulting in more detail.
Okay. Give me a picture. What does a day of adulting actually look like?
Imagine you wake up on a Saturday. You are not going to work, but you have to do these things: pay the electricity bill, call the insurance company, schedule a dentist appointment, return a package, and cook food for the whole week. That is a classic adulting day,
Oh no. That sounds like my last Saturday.
right? So instead of saying, I did many boring tasks, you can text your friend, I did so much adulting today. That one sentence says, I was responsible, but I am also tired, and I would rather be on the couch.
That is so efficient. One word carries all that feeling.
Yes, here is another example. You need to stay home tonight to renew your passport and do your taxes. You tell your friend, I can't go out, I have to adult tonight. It is a little humorous, but everyone understands.
So adulting can be a noun and a verb?
Yes, noun, I did some adulting. Verb, I adulted. Or I need to adult. You can even add so hard, I adulted so hard today.
Wait, adulted is a real past tense?
In casual speech, absolutely. You will not find it in a formal essay, but people use it all the time. Have you heard the pronunciation? It is adulting, the stress is on the second syllable.
Adulting, not adulting.
Perfect. This is a common error. Many Spanish speakers say adulting because the stress pattern feels natural from their language. Chinese speakers sometimes do the same, but if you put the stress on the second syllable, you'll sound much more natural.
So it's adulted too.
Yes, adulted. I adulted today. Beautiful.
Can I ask one thing? What if a Spanish speaker says, I did adult things? I have a friend who says that.
That is a very common direct translation from phrases like "Quizá de adulto." We understand it, but it sounds a little unnatural. Chinese speakers sometimes say grown-up things, which is closer but still not quite how we say it. The natural version is I did some adulting or I adulted yesterday.
So the word itself is the key. Did adult things is not the target.
Exactly. And Arabic speakers sometimes say I did my life responsibilities or I did administrative work. That is too formal for everyday conversation. Life admin is the more natural, casual phrase, but we'll get to that.
Oh, I need to hear about that. You just said life admin and I did not know it was a phrase.
Hold on, because this next part surprises most people. But first, let's test what you just learned. Leo, tell me what you did this morning. Use the new word.
Okay. This morning I did adult things. I paid my rent and called the bank.
There it is. You just made the exact mistake 90% of learners make. You said did adult things. Try again with the new expression.
I did some adulting this morning. I paid my rent and called the bank.
Yes, much better. And if you want to sound extra natural, you can say I did some serious adulting this morning. The word serious adds to the joke.
I did some serious adulting this morning. That sounds like a TV character.
It really does. but in a good way. You sound like a native speaker who is tired but laughing about it. Okay, Leo, you said you wanted to hear about life admin. This is the phrase I wish someone had taught me earlier. Life admin is the invisible second job that nobody pays you for.
I love that definition already. What counts as life admin?
Anything outside work that keeps your life running. Renewing your driver's license, paying taxes, changing your address, calling customer service, booking a flight, picking up a prescription. These are not exactly paperwork, because there may be no paper. They are just small, draining tasks.
Oh, so paperwork is not the best word for all of that.
Correct. Paperwork is only one part. Life admin is broader. If you say I had so much paperwork this weekend, we picture forms. If you say I had so much life admin, we picture forms plus calls, plus waiting on hold, plus forgetting your password.
That is too real.
Here is a real example. You text your friend, "Sorry I disappeared all day. I had a mountain of life admin." Or, "Let's meet on Sunday afternoon instead. I need to get my life admin done first."
That feels very useful. And it is not too formal, right?
Right. Some learners from Arabic backgrounds naturally say administrative tasks because that is closer to the formal word in English. But in casual conversation, life admin is warmer and more natural. Administrative tasks sounds like a job description.
So life admin is like adulting's best friend?
Exactly. Adulting is the action of doing responsible things. Life admin is the pile of small tasks you have to manage. You can do adulting, but life admin is what you are drowning in.
I need to remember that difference. Could I say I spent my whole weekend adulting? It was just life admin.
You could, and that sentence is beautiful. It has the cultural tone, a little complaint, a little humor, and a lot of truth. Now, here is the part that surprises most people. There is a bigger phrase that connects to adulting and life admin: quarter life crisis.
Quarter life crisis? Like midlife crisis, but earlier?
Exactly. A midlife crisis usually happens around 40 to 55. A quarter life crisis usually happens around 25 to 33. It is that feeling of, wait, I am supposed to be an adult, but I do not feel like one, and everyone else seems to have their life together.
That is me. But I never knew there was a name for it in English.
Many people do not. In American English, it is common to say, "I think I'm having a quarter life crisis." You might also hear, "My quarter life crisis made me move to a new city," or "She quit her job and went traveling because of a quarter life crisis."
That explains why so many American characters and shows suddenly change jobs or move.
Yes, the phrase gives a name to that anxiety. It is not as serious as a clinical crisis. It is more of an identity wobble. You look at your job, your relationships, your bank account, and you wonder, is this really my life?
That is deep. And if I tell a friend I'm having a quarter life crisis, will they think I need a doctor?
Probably not. They will nod and say same. It is used lightly even though the feeling is real. That is another unspoken rule. Quarter life crisis is often shared as a bonding phrase, not a medical emergency.
So the cultural code is adulting is for complaining about chores. Life admin is the pile of chores, and quarter life crisis is the bigger feeling that adult life is hard.
Exactly. You just summarized the whole episode. Now let's see how all three fit in a natural conversation. Imagine this conversation. Leo, you are my friend. Ask me what I did last weekend.
What did you do last weekend?
Honestly, I did some adulting. I had a whole day of life admin, new insurance, 3 phone calls, and a trip to the post office. By Sunday, I was having a little quarter life crisis about my to-do list.
That sounds like a very American weekend.
It really is, and the listener can copy that structure. I did some adulting plus life admin plus a little quarter life crisis equals a natural, culturally fluent sound. But be careful. Some learners say, "I am adulting for everything, even when they are just relaxing." That is not quite right. Adulting is for responsible, boring actions. If you are watching TV all day, do not say, "I am adulting." That would be confusing.
Oh, because adulting implies effort and responsibility.
Yes. So if someone asks, "What did you do today?" and you stayed on the couch, just say nothing. I did nothing. Do not call it adulting.
So adulting is not a synonym for existing as an adult.
Exactly. That is a mistake I hear from some learners. They think adulting means just being an adult. But no, it means doing the annoying parts of being an adult. Before we try a quick practice round, if you find this helpful, subscribe and hit the bell. We teach the phrases that real people use, not just the ones in textbooks. One new episode every day.
Yes, and it is free, so subscribe. It really helps us.
Okay, listener, it is your turn. I will say a situation and then you choose your sentence. Ready?
I love this part.
Situation 1. Your friend asks, "What did you do this weekend?" You paid bills, cleaned your car, and scheduled a doctor's appointment. Instead of "I did adult things," you say,
I did some adulting.
Situation 2. Your cousin asks why you cannot meet for dinner on Friday. You need to renew your ID and call the bank. You say,
I have too much life admin.
Situation 3. You feel lost about your career and whether you are making the right choices. You tell a close friend,
I think I'm having a quarter life crisis.
Beautiful. All three are exactly how a native speaker might say them. One more reminder: Spanish speakers, Arab speakers, Chinese speakers, I want you to be extra careful. With adult things, it is not wrong grammatically, but it is not the natural choice. The natural choice is adulting, and life admin is not life administration. Drop the stray-stration, short, warm, real.
That's a really useful distinction. Life administration sounds like a university course.
It does, so cut it to life admin. And now, before we finish, here is today's single takeaway sentence. Ready?
Ready.
Swap did adult things for did some adulting. Instantly more natural.
Today's rule. Swap did adult things for did some adulting. Got it.
And remember, adulting is not about being perfect. It's a word for saying, I showed up for the boring stuff. And if that's you today, you're doing fine.
Thanks, Maya. This one really helps. Until next time, stop trying to sound perfect. Just sound like you.
Bye, everyone.